Hi everyone, this is the second time I'm trying this. So I haven't put out a video for a long time and I figured I wanted to start. We know that reselling can be lonely and I just want to start connecting to the community. So I'm going to do just the simple what's sold and some hauls and we'll see where this goes. Right now I'm going back to the 1st of January and I'm going to show you what's sold just on eBay from January 1st to January the 7th, and then I'll work my way through the rest of the weeks and do Poshmark or any other platforms that pop up. So let's try this again. The first time I just screen shared and talked and showed you one screen the entire time, which wasn't very exciting at all. So let's see. This time I'm going to show my entire window and hopefully that will work. So you got the infinite number there. Let's go over here. And hopefully we are doing this right. So this is an Everlane pullover sweater. It did have a hole in it. Everlane is a slow seller, but I still tend to pick it up. Some things have sold quick and other things slow. I do notice some of the jeans, but sometimes I don't know the style name until I get them home. This one did not have a tag. That's why wool is in question marks. Then we have a pair of Bonnemo's pants. I sold these 40% off for $13.79. I don't think I will be picking up these kind of pants anymore. I have had an issue. I tried to flush out some stuff. Anybody else have problems with the 40, like having a bake sale? Because I barely sold anything. Then we have an Atari. My husband got this at a yard sale, so we've had this for about 6 months for $15. It did not work. We put for parts. I mean, some of the things were even broken. He didn't look over too well. He just went, yay, look at Atari, and bought it. So I just lotted it all together and sold it for $58.99. Then we have this rooster. I got this out of a box lot for an auction. Would have paid $1. This sold for $13.59. I am not going to be selling things like this, or at least I'm going to try not to. I do not want to be selling glass items. We have an Untuckit sweater. I do tend to still buy all Untuckit. I am trying to lean more for the bigger sizes. This was a size medium, merino wool. Got $26.99 for it, but I had a lot of low offers before that. And then we have Folk Manus Polar Bear. And Folk Manus is a hand puppet. I tend to look them, well, I'd say I tend to buy them all. You should look them up. Don't do what I do. This one I ended up selling for 40% off. But here is the tag for you. And on the back here, it will tell you, so it's easy to actually look them up. You just put in Folk Manus and then put in what that is. We have a Tweety Bird jewelry box. This was from my mother, so this was no cost of goods, sold for $16.19. I was getting ready to pull it out of my inventory, but then it ended up selling. Here is another glass item. This we bought at a yard sale over the summer, so it's about 6 months old, $17.95. We paid about 50 cents for it. I just find where I'm shipping from Canada, shipping is pricey from Canada. I just don't want to really be shipping too many things that are breakable, even though these little things are a lot better than big breakable things, trust me. Then we have a Tommy Bahama pullover casual sweater. Nothing very exciting about this, $25.99. I thought it was in pretty good shape. I hate how that does that. It's just plain old cotton. But we, if they do look really nice, I like to pick them up. We have a Bob Mackie. I don't really like buying a whole lot of Bob Mackie. It doesn't sell for a whole lot. I probably took like 20 bucks on this one, maybe even 17. I'm hoping that when I do these videos next, I'll have more time and I'll be able to break it down a little more about how many days I've had it on hand and stuff like that. Because some of these have been around for a while. This was in my 40% off sale. Sold this for $11.39. It was just a little plate, little candy dish. I mean, the buyer was really happy, but I don't want to be selling stuff that sits around so long. And then we have a Green Bay Packers football sweater. This is a nice sweater, sold for $26.79. I definitely would buy this again. Southern Tide. I'm not really quite sure I will be buying a whole lot of Southern Tide. It doesn't really sell that well for me. We did get $19.59 out of this one, but I find it sits if I kind of want that price. I do try to also tend to stay away from like pinks because I find pinks have a slower sell rate than any other color. Here is a pair of Gloria Vanderbilt. I don't normally pick these up either, but I have a thrift store where we fill a bag. So these turned out to be in about $1, and they were new without tags. And I've seen some resellers that are still having really good luck. So because I got them so cheap, but we only got $17.79 out of them. Excuse me. And they're $8.99. So I $8.99 for shipping, and I probably paid more than that for shipping. So I'm not really sure they were worth my pickup. But if I did see them new with tags again, or new without tags, I probably would still pick them up. Then we have an Orvis Brisbane. And these actually were not a bad buy. However, they were a bad buy because once the buyer got them, they said they just loved them, but it had a hole in the butt. And I'm like, what? But by the looks of it, there's a hole in the butt. And I didn't even see it when I took the pictures. I don't know what happened. That's what happens, I guess, when you're just doing too much and you don't pay attention as well. So yeah, those were refunded. Then we have a pair of Miss Me. These ones really aren't decked out at all. We got $24.77. You do get more out of the ones that are got more bling and stuff on them. I think I might start being a little more pickier just because they do sit around for a long time and I want to start focusing on things that have a higher sell-through rate. Then we have an Athleta, same thing. I got to start being more pickier. This was a newer style. This was 2021. But we still, probably sold for like $17. It was a large and it was really nice. But I tend to still pick up all Athleta just because I'm not sure like what's good and what's not. And when I get in there, I have a hard time. I can't look it up in the store because there's just so many people and there's nowhere to really sit. We have J. Jill, and I've been picking up a lot of J. Jill lately just to try it out. This is only a large, but it was a linen. There was nothing special about it, and we got $26.79. There's a few brands I've been trying out. I did get a stock photo. Not saying to get a stock photo because they're not allowed, but I don't put it for my first one. I just like showing how the item fit, and I don't spend a lot of time trying to find a stock photo. If I can't find it within a minute or two, I don't. Not even a minute or two, like a minute. Here we have a Philadelphia Flyers t-shirt. I've had this forever. We got it from an auction. I would not buy it again. We got $17.77 out of it. Here we have a brand. As you can tell, I've done this before because I have to go back up on every one. Hanro of Switzerland. This is just a basic tee. Nothing special about it at all other than it really did feel great. We sold it for $29.77. We had two. The other one sold two, which will be in another What Sold video. And I'm pretty sure it was the same buyer that bought it. So keep an eye open for that tag. Then we have just a vintage New Orleans Mardi Gras shirt, $42.99. I would have picked it up even if it wasn't vintage because it is just adorable. We have a Smith & Wesson shooting shirt. What makes them shooting is this patch right here. And if it's a left-handed one, it would be on the opposite side. This is a heavy shirt. It's a Smith & Wesson. It's the first time we've sold this particular brand, but shooting shirts do fairly well. We have a pair of Danskos. These are sandals. They do have some wear like on the inside of them, but the outside is still quite nice. I realize that the clogs and stuff don't do as good, but a lot of these sandals or different types of Dansko shoes, they do fairly well. But I haven't been finding a whole lot in my area. And then we have a pair of Madewell. A lot of people don't pick up Madewell anymore. I tend to pick it up all the time. It comes, it goes, it's hard. These were Road Tripper, 30 tall. That probably helped them along. Normally we only get about 20 bucks for them, but they still do sell. Lululemon commission pants. Now, let's go through this story again. These ones did have stains and stuff. These are good pants to pick up. Men Lululemon is really good anyways, but they had stains. It's a 33, 32, but like down in my description, it says, well, I guess everything just said 33, 32. But the measurements were like closer to a 32. However, the buyer ordered them, waited a couple of days. Just after I shipped them out, he said, is it too late to cancel these? I noticed these were a 32 or 33 and I'm at 32. I said, I'm sorry. As you can see here, I have seller pays returns because I was trying a free return thing out to see if I would get more sales. And unfortunately, because I'm in Canada, when somebody puts in a return, it costs me probably $20 some, if not more, to get these jeans back to me or these pants back to me, and wasn't worth my time. So I tend to just refund because it was fit. I kept the return ship or the regular shipping, but I'm always owed a little bit. I have put returns back on for buyer pays returns. I don't know. My sales have dipped, but there could be many reasons why. So I can't say it's just because of that. And then we have a pair of AG Goldschmied pants. We buy them. We don't buy them. You can look them up. I would suggest you look them up. They give a name in all of them. They're $34.77. The men's ones are much better than the women's ones. These ones did have some issues. They had some marks, but overall, it was still a good price. These ones are Piranha Haley pants, and I love these pants. They sell every time. These ones sold for $34.99. I could not get the coloring the way I wanted them. As you can see here, they roll up and snap. These pants are really good to keep an eye out for. Not a lot of the Piranha pants are good. These were horrible pictures just because I was trying to color correct. But yeah, Piranha Haley. And I don't even think they say anything about Haley on the inside. It's just you got to watch for this roll-up pant thing. We have an MMA Elite shirt. I don't know anything about it. But $24.09. We had two of them. One had some holes in it, and that one still sold for like $17. Plus shipping, because I do charge shipping. I am trying a free shipping right now, but it's not really working for me that great, so I think I'm going to go back. Excuse me. My throat's a little dry. Next is this Free People sweater, women's large, knit boat neck pullover long sleeve, striped. It was a nice sweater. It had size large, and it has an abundance amount of fabric, wool, mohair, linen. So this one sold for $24.77 overseas. So they paid like $20 pretty much to get it to them. I tend to buy all free people, and I know I shouldn't because I think I have a lot here that shouldn't be sitting here. This is a FootJoy Titleist polo shirt. As you can see, the title is there. That's what makes you want to pick it up. That's what makes you get the higher price. This sold for $39.77 within just a couple of days. Your regular FootJoy polos are probably going to go between 15 and 20. This is a 2 extra large, so that did help, but it was that Titleist on the arm. We have some, we have some Rain Spooner. This one went for around $17. It was missing a couple of buttons, and that is why we bought 3 Rain Spooner shirts, and they were all 3 extra large. 2 of them had flaws. 1 of them was not too bad. So this next one is also a Rain Spooner. This is the one that was in good shape. We got $29.77. Same thing, same thing. I still tend to buy all Rain Spooner, even though the price is a little lower than normal. Then we have this vintage Pomere Hawaiian shirt. Got these beautiful pointy collar spreads. This was a very beautiful shirt. There was no size tag, but I mean, I do have measurements here that show that this is 21 inches across. I put large here. I said it was missing the size tag. In my description, I say it's large based on the measurements. Compare with your favorite clothing. I only said it was a large because all of the other shirts that I did that day that were a large were around that 21 inches. And the buyer messaged me telling me that it was not a large. They did not want to return, but it was not a large. A 21-inch pit-to-pit is not a large. So I'm not sure. I'm just going by what all my other larges were. Then we have this Vineyard Vines. I'm sorry about the delay. It's just because I never put my pictures back to normal. We have this Vineyard Vines new a tag, but it does have a flaw. These were not the brightest pictures either. It's got this Vineyard Vines Parkway on the back. I do tend to pick up most Vineyard Vines shirts like this in a larger size. And this one was a best offer off. I think I took $20 for this one just because I know it had like that little hole there. And then we have these cool slack pants. We sold these within a day. These ones had a mark on them. And I took a best offer of, I want to say 25, but it could have been a little less. It was probably a day that I really needed sales. And the last 2 are a pair of Judy Blue pants, jeans. And everybody says that Judy Blue is great, but I've had small sizes sit for a very long time. These ones are size 16. They did have these particular ones had some stains and some wear between the legs. They sold for $33.99. And these pair sold a couple of days after for a best offer off. I think it was $35. These were dark slim boot cut ones, and they sold. So I think it's the bigger size Judy Blue, to be honest. I haven't found any bigger size since then to test that theory, but I know that all my regular size Judy Blue is just sitting there. So there we go. Okay, so that was my sales for January the 1st to January the 7th of 2023. Like I said, I'm going to try to do the following week and catch myself up and then do Poshmark. So you'll have some stuff. And then I'm hoping to get on a routine on doing some what's sold and some hauls. Let me know what your favorite is. I want to put out content that you want to see. And I may not always do it like this. See, I pack my stuff in bags, so it's not like I can show you like right away when something sells, because I don't want to take it out of the bags. So I'm going to try to maybe think of a different format than this one, because I've done this one twice now. So anyways, have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.